In the sky, gazing far. Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for you,
Ils sont moins 3, ils sont moins 3, c'est le moment pour Rising Moon d'y aller. Il reste 30 secondes, Andy qui monte. Oh, ils prennent les kills aussi, mais ça y est, ils mènent. Ils prennent le lead en passant par la gauche. Il y a Misaku qui met son bowler un petit peu en vain. Oh bah non, pas en vain, il a pris Kills Access qui pensait survivre, mais finalement non. Et il prend un deuxième kill avec son proxy sur Pika et il va continuer. Il prend un troisième kill. Misaku qui est on fire.
Hello and good morning, ladies and gentlemen, or good evening if you're coming in from Europe. I'm BestTeaMaker here with the free Splatoon tournament, Europe edition. I'm really excited for this one, guys. This is a tournament series that I've been following for a long time. One of the best French tournaments I've ever seen. Now fully open to the rest of the European countries, and we're seeing some really amazing talents right now. And underway, we're gonna get some great talent in here right now. It's gonna be Ink Arrows versus Solary. Two teams I kind of don't know too much about. Ink Arrows I'm actually a little bit more familiar with. I've seen them around in a few events. Let me see if I can bring up a quick little thing here. Let me see. French stats. Season 3 French. There we go. Take a look at which team you guys are coming out from. But yeah, I'm really excited here to be casting. I want to thank eSportBros TV for inviting me on to the cast right now. And I'm honestly really excited for these matches coming up. For those who are a little confused as to why you're listening to an English speaker on the stream right now, it looks like we're going to be put in charge of helping get this cast on going. So don't worry, if you're a fan of the French scene, don't worry, we have plenty of those teams competing in here right now. And we'll be waiting for this first match to come up soon, very, very soon underway. So in the meantime, as we wait here, let's just talk about the scene in general, because I think this is probably one of the coolest tournaments to be casting for right now. There's so many teams coming out to play each and every week from the French scene, and now lending their support. The rest of the European teams, let them get their time in the sun. Let them show the world what they can do here at this event. So it's not only just for the European teams having a good tournament to play in, it's also going to help the French scene just expand a little bit more outwards. Let everyone know what this scene is capable of, because so many top players, so many top teams come from this scene alone. You probably already know a lot of them. You have Kiever from Set to Destroy X. You have players like Urza and Soren from Team Olive. You have the entire Extralamar's team. That's really crazy, but it does look like we're going to be getting in our first game right away. It's going to be zones on Humpback Pump Track. It's Solary versus Ink Arrows. And here we go. So taking a quick look at their equipment here, we got the mini Splatling coming out from Ink Arrows. Meanwhile, Solary also going to be bringing out their Jet Squelcher. Let me see if I can figure out what to do about this music real quick. For some reason, it's still playing on my end, but don't worry about that, guys. We got some great music. We got some great Splatoon here right away. 2 down already on the side of Solary. And now, Blue Team going to ready make their way on forward. I really like what Blue Team is going to be trying to bring into this game. They're going to go up close, up aggressive with their lineup. In fact, their longest range, it looks like it's only going to be the Zinc Mini. So they're going to have to be very sure they win all of their engagements if they ever want a chance. But this is the danger of running this really short line composition, is that you have to be careful about these long range fights coming out of them. The Bubble Blower is going to come out. This is hopefully going to scare. No! Okay. Whoa, Sue just coming out all over the place, just blasting everyone left and right. This is the power of this Blue Shell-matic that we're seeing here. This is not a weapon that I've seen personally being played in this kind of scene, but you know, you get up and close and personal on a group of people all huddled in the middle like that, and you just do a lot of damage, and he is just continuing his rampage on the scene at the moment here, causing so much trouble. The roller can't even get out of the way. The countdown's still going on downward. Solary, they're trying their best to make their way in, but Ink Arrows are doing such a good job of locking down each and every entryway. Doppio, unfortunately, does not quite get the kill there, so this is going to allow Solary that few seconds of respite to get that zone, but he is still able to confirm the kill. He has the bomb rush at the ready here, able to get his second kill off of that Doppio. Doing so much work right now. It's another team wipe on Solary and Ink Arrows, just continuing to dominate the map. Oh man, this is really bad. This is so the composition that you're seeing Ink Arrows run with. You got your Dappler's Nouveau, you got the Tenatech, you got the Zinkman, you got this. These are all weapons that want to be in your face, and we don't have that positional advantage. You can't make advantage of your backliners like this, and Ink Arrows are just taking full storm here right now. Really hard for this team to make their way in. They have a few more seconds to try to capture the zone, but they're being locked in their own base, and that is that. Ink Arrows, just extreme aggression making their way in right now, taking over everything. Not much else to say other than just a clean game coming out from them. Man, that was fast. That was, woo! This team was just playing really well, and it's really interesting because this is a map that really you see a lot of longer range compositions go on. You know, you have your heavy deco, you have your jet squelcher there, especially because they have those little ledges on the side surrounding the middle that you could just position yourself on and just lock out the enemy. But they all went rushing. That big mistake with the bomb, with the bubbles coming in. They're all rushing their way into it, and that just allowed Sue just to get that perfect multi-kill right in the middle, and even destroyed all their bubbles in the meantime. What a great play. What a great play. And with that, Ink Arrows have the first game on the board. For those wondering what FRST is, this is a Swiss qualifying tournament. That means you get 2 qualifiers to qualify for the top 16. The top 16 scores will be moving on into the final tournament in about 3 weeks. Yes, 3 weeks. In 2 weeks will be the second qualifying match on the 15th. After that will be the top 16 scores will be moving on into the finals. And Ink Arrows, they're looking pretty darn good. Now, moving on, we are going to be moving on to Manta Maria. And, you know, in the meta currently, we're seeing this surge of these backline weapons. You have your Jet Squelcher, you have your heavy Splatlings, you have the Rapid Blaster, especially the Rapid Blaster. I think is a weapon that a lot of people have to be on the watch out for, right? All the variants right now. And here we go. Ishin Bazukart. Someone who wants to let me know how to correctly pronounce that. But it is going to be Rainmaker on Manta Maria, and here we go. And it looks like Ink Arrows is going to be bringing along the same lineup here, except they're going to be changing out the Zinc. It's just going to go to the regular mini Splatling. They got the missiles on their way. Meanwhile, it does also look like Solary also bringing the same thing to the lineup. They have the jet, the custom jet, the roller, the Enzap, and the Dapples. That's what they're going to be able to do. Lokito getting a very nice kill up under the top rank. Going to be chasing after that roller and prevents him from getting even close to that Rainmaker. And there's just so much ink coverage, allowing them just to push, make their way forward. And be a little bit careful. They can't just rush into that alleyway at once. This is the alleyway of death. Clear, and you're in pretty good shape. They do manage to get the kill just before he makes that landing. That Rainmaker's going to be stuck up there. This is going to allow Solary to make that comeback from himself. Oh no, Yoshi! It's a little bit too close to the pop of that bubble. Doppio going to be handling the Rainmaker in his hands. Has to be a little careful. There's an enemy on the ledge up there. And here comes the Stingray. Man, he does land. This is big. Already at 21-point lead, going the way of Ink Arrows, and Solary not looking in the best of shape at the moment here. As, oh man, the same thing is happening like last game where Ink Arrows are just getting in their faces. Luckily, they are able to route that Rainmaker out the other way. So, a really nice thing about Rainmaker on this map is that this is actually a really easy match to defend the Rainmaker on. You can always, there's so many different avenues for you to push that Rainmaker out of the way. So, it's just really nice for you when you're trying to defend it. But this is really scary too, because pushing the Rainmaker when your opponent has so much territory is going to cause a lot of problems. And as we're seeing here, Ink Arrows is a team that just goes into your face, and if you're not able to handle them at that range, then they're just going to run train all over you right now. And that is exactly what's happening here. Just going to lobbing a few shots here, just trying to zone them out, making sure they get enough ink coverage on the ground to just a little bit of mid-ground back, just making sure they have control of the map here. The game's not over yet. This is Rainmaker. Anything can happen in this map and mode combination. And right now, just trying to push their way through. Just making sure you can find that way to the backline. Gets that splashdown. Not going to be enough. Meanwhile, the rest of Solid able to sneak to the backline to get that kill. But it doesn't look like they're able to get the Rainmaker just quite yet. And the Stingray is out. They do not have a Stingray to stop this push. So Flamby has to be extremely careful about this. They are going to be able to stop in the middle. 3 down on the side of Ink Arrow. So this is going to give Solid some breathing room. But Kitch, all the way in the back. Lakito, I mean. Sorry, I can't say that correctly. Lakita gonna be making her way through, but Yoshi already sneaking that Rainmaker onto their side, but no! There's only one more person here, and there it is, stopped! Oh, what a great little defense coming out from Ink Arrows. They caught the direction where they were moving the Rainmaker and just bring their entire full force to stop them. And now, Solid have to back up right now. Dapple's just gonna be able to get away. No, not quite yet. Sue able to catch it on the back line. And with that, they're gonna be trying to regain control in the middle. Don't have to worry about the Rainmaker too much right now. In the meantime, we are going to see Yoshi make his way through and get that catch on top of him at the moment. Not being able to do too much, and he's just immediately surrounded all by himself here. And this little thing look wary of the Solid. They're just trickling their way in through right now. It's another team wipe coming from their end. And this is just going to give Ink Arrows the opportunity to just get more territory for themselves, just control the map and spawn lock Solid into their own side of the base. Ooh. They are going to be able to get the kill. Very nice job with that roll. Just sitting there sharking, but you know, 1-for-1 trade is not getting the situation on the defending side. You need that full number skip as soon as possible here. So this is why we see a lot of strategies these days build itself around the respawn. Oops, that was a foul. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that at all. In the meantime, we're going to have Hamza carrying the Rainmaker back into the middle of the map, trying to make some room for himself. But he has to be a little bit careful when he does have a timer and he can't back up, just wait for the rest of his team to get into the middle. Trying to get some territory, but no! That's him into the bomb unsuspectingly. At the very least, he did get a kill on W, but oh! Oh, we didn't see that. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. We didn't see that. We didn't see that at all. We are seeing right now Mar now trying to make his way into the side with the Rainmaker. Not going to be able to do enough. W doing such a good job of catching him on the back lines too. Also, as well, doing the same even here. And this is the really interesting thing about the lineup is that they're using their Zinc Mini as the backliner. Zinc Mini, or the Mini in general, are usually a very aggressive weapon that you usually see a lot of people play frontline. You see them play a lot like a 10 attack. But here you're seeing Ink Heroes play more like their mid-range backliner here. So it allows him to use that much ink and then use the missiles to just find out where everyone is, and this is going to be his role to get that ink cover as much as he can, just to try to confirm as much territory for his team. And right now, they're going to make another route into here, 13 seconds left, really huge lead for the Ink Heroes. So Solid can get this kill though. They can get the overtime, but Doppio, he's running his way around. No, there it is. The overtime is going to be present for Solid right now. They have one chance to make their way with the Rainmaker over. Here we go. Can Solid make it over? Oh, Amano already making his way over, gets the instant kill, and that's going to be game. Ink Arrows just dominating these two games just like that. Sorry, a few chances there for them to make the comeback, but ooh, not quite enough for them. And with that, Ink Arrows will be one of the first to put their score on the board right now. Just some really great play coming out from Ink Arrows. You just see them controlling the movements of Solary. You have Doppio and Sue on these really aggressive weapons. You know, you're Spoosh-O-Matic, you want to get in their face right now, just explode everyone. And usually it has the issue of getting into that actual range because it just doesn't have that great fighting power. But if you're right up in their faces, and the curling bomb really helps in that aspect. If you're right in their faces, then you can just like murder. And with that, it looks like we are going to get the rest of the scores in right now. Back Squids gets a 2-0 over Tyrant Inc. We have Chikara getting the 2-0 over Night Squids. Warp Team 2-0. Arya X over Squid Team 2-0. Amaterasu 2-0. Team B 2-0. El Firmament 2-0. Suspense 2-0. Squid and Good Veterans 2-0. Avengers, Barry. We're seeing the usual top teams making their way to the top, is the story so far. With that right now, we are going to get a bit of an update on our top 16 players. Remember folks, the top 16 of both the qualifiers will be able to make their way through based on how many points they're able to get in both qualifying tournaments. and the results just pouring in right now. But you know, I want to talk about some of these teams who aren't the French teams right now. You guys probably already aware of. These are the teams I'm a little bit more aware of. But let me just tell you, Back Squids, they're here to fight right now. Members from Pandora. You also have Wadzim, who I actually don't know if Wadzim has found a new team yet other than Back Squids. But this is basically them practicing for that big E3 appearance in about 1.5 weeks. So this is huge for them if they're able to get the win in this tournament. Just get that nice practice up so they can get as much prepared as they can for this upcoming event. You have Chikara. This team, Chikara, just comes out of nowhere in the last month. Well, not really nowhere. It's players from really respectable teams from all over the scene, but together they just found this perfect combination that has just allowed them to stomp their way through tournaments this last through. You have El Firmament. Everyone knows El Firmament. Who doesn't know El Firmament at this point? One of the top teams in the French scene right now, fighting their way into the global scene at the same time. Although I will say El Arctic is making a good case for themselves right now. I believe in the Tentacle Tournoi that happened a few weeks ago with the official Nintendo French event. We had El Arctic taking the win over El Firmament in the semifinals. So Extrema Mars there's a little shakeup in that clan right now. This team is fighting for who the best is. And again, thank you guys for watching right now. We got the first round soon. I'm BestTeaMaker. Thank you very much for watching the free Splatoon tournament. We're gonna be right back. We got 6 rounds today here. It's just 6 wonderful rounds of pure great Splatoon celebrating the best of Europe. I'll be right back. Stay tuned, guys.
just tell me and I would run away, hide away with you. Together there's nothing we can't do. Storm's coming in fast, let the snow fall down. Not afraid because you came along. All my doubts were then forgone. Nothing's hazy, yeah, you're the light. You're my electricity. Let the snow fall down. Wind and hail too, cause of them. You're my safety in a winter storm. You're my electricity. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side.
I've been walking too long. I've been waiting to write you this song. I know that I come on too strong. I know that it all feels gone. What's the difference between pizza and a thong? What's the real name of God? Tell me change is gonna come. I don't know how to hold on. Where did I go wrong? I'm wasted in this basement. I'm chasing, but it's faceless, faceless. It's all same, yeah, it's all same. It's all pain, but it's all fair. Inside of my shoes, inside of the news, inside of the noose, inside of these papers. I roll it right up so I don't give a fuck. Maybe it'll help me pick this shit back up. And I don't wanna seem angry, but it's working me to the bone, and it's making me crazy. Maybe I'm crazy, and I don't know what to do, 'cause I'm finally connecting to you, and it's something totally fucking new, and it's finally nice to meet you. I'm wasted in this basement. I'm chasing, but it's faceless, faceless. It's all the same, yeah, it's all the same. It's all pain, but it's all pain.
Alright, welcome back ladies and gentlemen to another round of the FRST EU edition. It's going to be Oblivion versus eVengers here. And Oblivion is probably one of my favorite teams to look at right now. If you guys are unaware, last week when they played it in the SQSS, the Squidward Splat Series, they won the 2-0 against Team Olive. And everyone knows who Team Olive is at this point, right? I don't need to introduce who Team Olive are, but Oblivion, one of those teams are able to beat Team Olive, and it's just, again, you're showing how strong the EU scene is really becoming at this point. There's been a lot of shuffling of teams, and two teams recently have disbanded, Creme Fraiche and Ethereal. But what's really nice about this is that even though they're spreading out to other new teams, you're seeing different team dynamics being played out, and Oblivion has that in the form of two of its members, Nile and Serenity, who were both formerly of the Akatsuki Gagaku team, which was a really up-and-coming German team. Now they've moved on to form Oblivion with the other players on the team, the French side of Oblivion. And last week, they just showed us what this team is just capable of. This is a very powerful team, and I expect nothing less from them at this tournament here. We are going to have our first game right now. It's going to be on Kelp Dome Tower Control. So, Kelp Dome Tower Control, pretty standard tower control map to be in all fairness. There's nothing really too gimmicky that happens until you get into that final little checkpoint that gets into that little choke point that leads right into the enemy's base. And that's the point where you gotta get that defense up. You need to get your Stingrays up. You need to get your Ink Storms up. You need to make sure you have all your weapons you need to defend that point, or else once it's passed through that area, it becomes really hard to push the tower all the way back to the other side. What's really interesting about this map mode combination is that there is so much play in the middle of the map because of the way that the tower travels. So expect a lot of weapons that just cover a lot of territory. They either have really good range in the middle or are able to take advantage of the raised middle partition of the map to just route your way around the enemy and just destroy them behind their backs. And with that, I do have a few little splat stat stuff for you from Oblivion in the last few matches that they played in. And this is a team that's very, very rigid in their team composition. And we're going to see right now as we head into this first game very soon. You have this comment. This is one of the few teams that I've seen run the Gal weapons. Now, the 52 Gal and the 96 Gal and their deco variants in general. So this is very interesting because not many teams these days run the Gal weapons. They're not, their RNG shots are a little bit more harder to use in this game, and they just don't do the damage that you want to see in your mid-range players. But it's going to be very interesting to see what they bring into this match. The Gal usually being played by Clown, who is playing this match. So let's go. It's game number 1, Oblivion versus eVengers. It's going to be tower control, Kelp Dome, and we do see, ooh, Clown, he's actually moved on to the Tentactech. He's also dropped the Gal weapon himself. So here we go, take a quick look at their composition. Double Tentactech for the side of Oblivion. Meanwhile, on the other side, got pretty standing, you got your Splatter Shot, you got your End Zap. So the really interesting thing about this meta is how much people have moved away from the Splatter Shot and just gone toward the Tentactech. The Tentactech is the most used weapon in the Western scene at the moment, and you're seeing that it has a really strong kit still, the Inkjet, because it got a few movement buds doing really well right now. But we are seeing Oblivion having a little bit of trouble getting that middle ground, and not even Nile is going to be able to make his way away from that roller. And this is actually going to give eVengers the first advantage here as they're going to push the tower, try and push into this little choke point here that I was talking about a little bit earlier. And Pinky just going really aggressive here, has a splash. I'm not going to be able to catch anything. It's going to be a zoning splashdown at this point, and is going to lose his life for it, unfortunately. Not the best use of your special right there. Just trying to do some damage to get all his team in, but they are still holding on to the point. That's the most important thing. We don't even have Nile get his way onto a good position just yet. His perch is being a little bit pressured, and eVengers doing a really good job of zoning out this Rapid Blaster. The Rapid Blaster is probably one of the strongest weapons in the game right now. Oh my gosh! Okay, it doesn't matter if you just lose all 3 of your members to a Stingray like that. Hey guys, remember the Stingray damage got nerfed? I don't remember that either. Hey, we also got a carbon roller being played in this game right now. I just realized it's not a regular spat roller, it's a carbon. All the way up to 2 points. Okay. That was a good play there, right there. Very nice use of the Stingray there. The really nice thing about that play is just you realized where everyone in the Oblivion's position. They wanted to get that tower to stop pushing, and that just put them in this one narrow corridor and let that weapon just go. And with that, eVengers have a huge lead. Remember I was saying that, you know, this is a map that you don't want to lose your defense on? This is kind of what happens. The middle just becomes this huge scramble, and this is where you just cannot lose out on trades. And Hoshi, oh my gosh, this carbon is just doing so much damage. For those who don't know, this is the Carbon Deco, the newest weapon that just released right now, and it has that scary kill combo right now of the burst bomb into the roll of the carbon. Because like carbon in the past on Splatoon 2 just never had the damage it had in Splatoon 1. And we were like, man, I need the Carbon Deco. Where's that Carbon Deco? Oh, here it is, Carbon Deco, let's go. Oh, aggression, let's go. So Septile, it looks like, is going to be manning the charger here on their side, just trying to hold that line for their team, for Avengers. And this time, finally, Blue have been able to get a good advantage for themselves here. They have 2 specials on deck. One already being used, just waiting on Niall to get his... Oh no, not even able to get the bomb rush off. But they are still pushing. Cloud a little bit careful there. That was the kill combo that I was talking about. If that earlier was just a little bit closer, Cloud would be C stars right now, other than in his game. A very nice catch onto Kiki though. That's going to be 1 down. Can they use this to push on forward? The 3v4 situation. 2 down. And this is going to be the big push. Is this the one that Oblivion needs? No, not quite yet. Hoshi once again. Hoshi. Is the stream lagging a little bit? I'll see if I can do what I can to fix this at the moment. But man, Hoshi. What a guy. Is this what we're going to be seeing from now on, that the Carbon Deco is out? I've seen a few Japanese players actually use this weapon a few times. And I know there are definitely some Carbon names from Splatoon 1 waiting for this opportunity. Yeah, there's a little straight, really laggy. I'm going to try to see what I can do about that on my end. But yeah, it's nothing on my end. But other than that, though, Oblivion once again just trying to scramble their way with the tower, just trying to stop the tower move. They don't want to take the fight back to the middle of the map here, but ooh, the splash down once again. There's so much ink coming around here. Marcus unable to get anything done, and is going to cost his life for it. They do have 2 specials up on deck. It's going to be the Inkjet and the Bomb Rush coming out from the Rapid Blast here, but not sure it's going to be quite enough. Oblivion just shuts them down. I mean, Avengers just shuts them down both immediately. And this is just a really scary situation for Oblivion right now. Now is going to be able to get a very... Noir is going to be able to get a very nice kill off of that blaster shot though, and now slowly but surely Oblivion once again trying to regain that middle ground, but there's only 30 seconds left in this match right now. And this is looking really dire for Oblivion. They are able to get 2 pickoffs there. Can they continue on one? They lost one of their Inkjets though. And Hoshi around the top. Ia is going to be caught out. The Sharking days are over on this one last push that Oblivion has. They need to push this all the way through. They only have 1 special. It's going to be the Bomb Rush on their side. They need to make sure that now is in a good spot to use that Bomb Rush. Here we go. Oh, I'm sorry, not the. I've been saying Bomb Rush for a long time. I just noticed that it was the the Storm. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, here comes the Storm coming in right now, and they're gonna be able to get some kills. 3 kills off, and they need to get 1 more pick. It could be the last one defending, but no, just in time. Oblivion. And that's what Oblivion was looking for. That one final push needed to get into the center. Avengers were doing such a good job of holding it, but then the perfect pickoff moment for Oblivion happened at the worst possible time. And you can just see what Oblivion were playing at. Again, they were just doing their best to make sure that tower never went back to the middle of the map. That way they can just make sure that they have map control, make sure they have their specials up, and when they get them all coordinated up at the same time, just like that, they wipe them down the alleyway. And just so close, especially after Avengers almost closed it out themselves, Oblivion will be the ones taking the lead in a very strong start. But Avengers, they just need to play like that for this next game, and it will be great for them. That's all they need to do. Let me see if I can figure this little stream situation out. Where am I on side? Usually the answer is that my computer is being a Dumbo right now. So. Excuse me, that is me spraying down my computer with liquid nitrogen. Let's stay nice and clean. But Oblivion, this is what, you know, Oblivion showed us what they did last week. They're showing us what they can do this week. Doesn't matter if you have the 98-point lead. We're going to take it right back at the very last second, just for the style points. But very nice job going the way of Avengers. That was a really strong push at the end. And I mean, this is why I was saying that this map was very weird. In the sense that it becomes a little normal neutral battleground, but then when you get to that little choke point, it just becomes a terrifying race to get your specials coordinated up. And one special rush at the same time. That's what happens. But right now, we got our next map. It's going to be Piranha Pit Zones. Piranha Pit is a weird map in this iteration, and I have to sort of say it's because it feels a lot like Port Mackerel in that you have these set lanes making their way through in this map. And it's going to be all about that lane control, especially to get to the other side of the zones. So this is a map, also because it's open, this is where you usually see a lot of backliners play. We are going to see, it looks like Oblivion going to be running the same composition, same with Avengers. So except Pinky going to be moving on to the Rapid Pro himself. Meanwhile, it's going to be Oblivion. This time he's running regular Rapid. So this time they have Bomb Rush to catch those zones. This is going to be the plan. Noir immediately surrounded. Not going to mention he's going to be able to do there. So you can see, meanwhile, on the side of very nice catch from Hoshi. This is actually very nice though, coming out from Oblivion, making sure they get that zone. They get 2 down, and they're just going to push their way forward. Hoshi in a really bad spot now because of that kill. And he has to make sure he does not survive, unfortunately. So 2 down their side, and this is going to give Oblivion the advantage they need to get that map control. And this is why I claim to Port Mackerel, because if you lose control of that middle of the map, it becomes really hard to go back in. Like, you need to make sure your specials are up and ready to go if you want to survive any kind of deep push. And right now, Noir just doing a very nice job of covering every single alleyway. Can he get 2 for himself? He is going to try to get the charger. He gets Septa at the very least. And there it is. His friend coming in for the backup to get 2 nice clean kills off of that. Oblivion. This is not looking the same as last game. This is looking like the Oblivion that we all know and love in terms of how strong they are. And they are doing just a wonderful job of, you know, destroying their enemies here right now. Avengers in a really bad spot. You can sort of tell like they're not in a comfortable position because the way that their Chargers is positioned, he's not in the best of position. That little first alleyway is a little bit too far to do too much coverage. He is going to be able to get a very nice snipe onto Clown. And with that, can they get the zone covered in time? They have the Ink Storm on the ready, but it's not doing quite enough for them to get the zones covered. Oblivion, again, doing such a good job of making sure the zones are just covered at any moment. And once they get that zone captured, they just immediately advance up and get kills off of it. You know, and this is a really mark of a good team in that they know how to follow up different plays. And because of that, Oblivion just get the clean knockout. Avengers, they had such an amazing game 1, but game 2, Oblivion just threw the doors open. So, you know, we're here now. This is our tournament now to win. This is ours. And with that, 2-0 going the way of Oblivion as they move on, as we slowly move on to the next round. Just another roundup of events that have happened over the course of this little cast. We've got the 2-0 of Arctic over Barry, 2-0 of Clanless over Ink Arrows. So that amazing frontline play we saw in the last round, Clanless found a way to beat that. You know, sort of why Clanless is seated up so high in this tournament. Back Squids taking it 2-0 over Warp Team, Rising Moon 2-0 over Suspends, Elfirament 2-0 over Uninkable Squitters. So our top teams in this tournament still doing very well for themselves, including Amaterasu and Squidding Good, El Zephyr. Yeah, just usual Splatoon as always in terms of results, and you know, when you see these same top teams always make it to the top, you know you have like a really healthy scene in terms of, you know, our top teams are so close to each other in power that we fight on even ground, and it makes every single match so exciting to watch because it just becomes a thing of like, ooh, who is going to win this one? Chikara does also come one way with a victory for themselves, 2-1. Very close loss there against Team Beu. Team Beu. Something like that. But that carbon deco there is going to be a very interesting thing. This is the carbon roller that everyone wanted to have. So it's going to be very interesting to see how we're going to see this in the tournament, if it's going to be picked up at all, even more as we go further down. Are we not going to see it have any play whatsoever? No, I'm excited to see the possibilities for this weapon, as I say. And you know, with that, we have another round finished. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm BestTeaMaker, and thank you guys for tuning in to the FRST Free Splatoon Tournament Europe. The first qualifier is still underway. We got some more rounds for you guys. Stay tuned for more.
Invincible.
Do I wanna know if this feeling flows both ways? Sad to see you go. Was sort of hoping that you'd stay. Baby, we both know that the nights were mainly made for saying things that you can't say tomorrow day. Crawling back to Emeth of calling when
Few technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back very soon. So stay tuned, guys. We got an exciting matchup for you. It's going to be Amaterasu versus Rising Moon. And yeah, you're going to be hearing the sounds of my voice for a little bit here as we do our best to get the game stream up as soon as possible right now. But let me just tell you, this is a team cast that I'm really excited to watch. Mainly because I'm very curious to see who's Rising Moon's roster is right now and how they play since they last, went on hiatus. So I'm very curious to see what kind of team Binks has been able to put together. I know it's the team that I believe he's taken from the Squids United pickup group. So it'll be very exciting to see what Rising Moon's been able to capable of. They're already rising in the French ranks very quickly and rapidly, but not at the top anymore. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this one plays out. Amaterasu, on the other hand, is a team that I'm very curious about. I've never gotten a chance to actually watch any of their matches as well, but this is a team that has been doing surprisingly well. I believe one of their recent accomplishments, they took their first Sea Scraper tournament. So very nice kudos to them for taking that event. I believe it was against Oblivion they won it with. Let me double check it here. Bring up the brackets here while we wait. Let's see. It was, they won it over S4 and Oblivion. So they beat Oblivion in the finals, it looks like, and then S4 beat them a little bit later on. Wow, S4 was the one that made it to the finals. Okay, that is really exciting because S4 is a really cool German-based team that I'm really excited to watch as well. But they're not in this tournament as far as I know, so don't worry about that. Amaterasu, though, doing a really good job so far. I'm really excited to see what this team is going to be able to accomplish in the future. And I'm just excited to see what they bring to this match because this is going to definitely be a really good match to watch as we sort of wait for the stream to come back up. Hopefully, yep, opening stream. There we go. We're back up, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry about it. We got things under control here over at eSportBros TV. Amaterasu versus Rising Moon. Our first match is going to be Sniper Canal on Clan Blitz. This is a map where baller strats in general are very strong in Clan Blitz, bubble strats as well. But this is a map where we could see a tent umbrella. I've seen some matches where players have been popping out the tent umbrella. I believe I've been saying that actually happened in Japan, Japanese Clan Blitz events. So I'm very interested to see if we're gonna see that weapon make a comeback. Well, not a comeback. It was never really anywhere, but make a come up here. This event. I'm excited for this one for sure because Tentacle is a really cool weapon in theory. Practicality, ooh, it's a little slower than most people probably want it to be, but you know, it's gonna be very exciting to see what they're gonna be able to do. Just looking back at some Amaterasu's accomplishments here, taking a quick look. They actually took both Sea Scrapers recently. They took Sea Scraper 14 and 13. So this is a team that knows what they're doing really well. They very well versed in the European scene. And here we go. Into the lobby we go. It's going to be Binks, Fyra, Thomas, and Zen. I don't know these players that well myself, so I have no clue how they're going to play right now. But we have Chassis, Wombo, Julian, and P? Hill? E? Epi? Oh, Epi. It's Epi. That's supposed to be an E. It's Epi, not P. In any case, right now, I'm really excited to see what kind of team Binks has been able to put together for this match. And very excited in general to see how they're going to perform. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be game number 1. Amaterasu versus Rising Moon. It's going to be Clan Blitz on Snapper Canal. Bleu de Palore? Let me know if I pronounced that right. I really do want to learn how to say this correctly. But here we go. I see a squeezer making its way here. More specifically, it's the foil squeezer coming out from Tomas. And I think we have a DC already. Alright, folks, don't worry about this. We'll take this time to take a look at the compositions here. So take a look at Amaterasu's side. We have the Slosher Deco already here. So the bubble strat at the ready. Ends up there to make sure that they get there really safely on the jump-ins. Stingray for usual on your thing. Stingrays are always a nice little defense here. Although like Clan Blitz, you don't really see too much Stingrays. It's not the best defense here because you can just like route your way around it. Usually the area around the basket is pretty wide for you to avoid. And Tom Chassis is going to be carrying the Rapid Pro. Very nice ink coverage, very good anchor weapon in general. Meanwhile, for the side of Rising Moon, we see them running the double Tenatech strat as usual. This is, again, one of the most popular compositions you're going to see in the Western meta for a while until Inkjet gets nerfed again. Double Tenatech is really favored by this side. It's a nice little mid-range control. It's a really strong weapon in general. And Inkjet being... Well, I wouldn't say the Inkjet is like better. It's just more that it's easier to use. And what with recent nerfs to Splashdown, which was the previously favored close range weapon, people just normally gravitated back towards Tenatech. Although I think it's safe to like switch between the Splatter Shot and Tenatech situations for whatever you need. I think it's more people are just comfortable with the Inkjet because if you do win your engagements with them, you just control a lot of territory. You have so much control in the sky, and it just becomes really hard to fight off. But this is why that you have weapons like the Rapid Blaster to just try to snipe them out of the sky. This is where your backliners really have to come into play to get rid of those Inkjets. Just like killing off Splashdowns, you have to make sure you kill off those Inkjets as well. So Wombo is back right now, so hopefully we'll be able to get this game started. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The celebratory spray. There we go, making sure my computer is nice and compliant with this match, because this is going to be an exciting match for sure. It's going to be game number 1, Amaterasu versus Rising Moon. Same weapons as usual. One thing I do want to note is that, I forgot the Slosher. So both sides running Slosher Deco as their baller weapon. So no bubbles in this map at all. So this is going to be straight up frontline aggression coming out from both sides here. And now I want to say, in terms of backline weapons, it's very fun to see the Squeezer come into play right now. Libalink Calamari's not Libalink Calamari. It was GG Boys' Etna, who is repping the foil Squeezer for Japan right now, and now we're going to see Thomas use it for the French scene here. Right now, both sides just having a brawl right now. Julian trying his best to get that football up into the goalpost, but not going to be able to do too much with it right now, as Rising Moon just going to be able to quickly take control of the middle of the map as soon as possible right here. But so far, it's an all-out brawl, but Amaterasu losing a little bit too many members right now, and this is going to allow Rising Moon to start to get some clans of their own, but no power clan just quite yet. And this is just allowing Amaterasu to just get back in the middle of the field, defend the basket as needed. And Fire even loses his life in the end. So that's one inkjet already down. And they get the other. They do have Baller up at the ready, but in no position to actually use it for points. So Julian, with the Ink Armor up at the ready, can just pop it anytime they need it to supplant a push or defend as needed. And there it is. They also have their own Stingray. They have their own Baller. They actually have a really nice setup going. Here they go. Wombo going with the Baller. Here comes the Stingray to fend up any more enemies, allowing them to get a safe jump in. And here we go. Do we get the first push on the basket? Not quite yet. They don't have enough clams. They have to rebuild their clams here. What were they doing? Binks has the clams, actually. He took all the clams for himself, being a little bit too greedy there. And, ooh, they don't even get the football again. Now, all this time, all Binks needs to do is get his little baller going. He probably should think about throwing the football to his teammate. Yeah, there he goes. He throws it backwards to make sure that someone else gets it. Oh, no, that's... Okay, he pops the baller just in time before the bomb goes off. And he plays with his team, not really jumping in, though, a little bit unsafe at the moment. And Binks is going to go down. So, again, still a 0-0 score right now. No one really making any headways here for either side. Oh, let me make sure the volume is fixed right now for you guys. There we go. You guys hear it a little bit better? There we go. That should be better for now. As at the moment, we are seeing, again, a stalemate happening at the side. Both sides, they're able to get their push in, but no one has been collecting clams, which is, you know, kind of a mistake when your gameplay has to be about collecting the clams. Trying to take a look and see what's going on here right now. We have our specials up at the ready again. Here comes the Ink Storm. Made its way through, trying to push him away. Epi has to defend that. Oh no! Binks catches him, but they still get the goal at the very least. So nothing Binks can do about that. Has to go back to base to defend. As Wombo trying to put some more points. Oh, Fire! Caught between a rock and a hard place, as they say. And more points confirmed for Amaterasu. Binks has the football in his hand. No pity football just yet. So they're going to have a chance to get 60 points on the field. 40 points in total, actually, because the timer goes to 60, but you actually get 40 points. But in any case, at the ready, Thomas has a football. Zen has a football. They just need Binks to get the baller up. They're both just waiting at the. They're just waiting for this baller to come up. Fire, though, in the bit of a sticky situation, has to get out, but Stingray already on his tail. Is he going to be able to get out in time? Meanwhile, Binks trying to push his way forward. Still doesn't quite have the baller yet, but he is making his way through. Can he defend? He gets the kill onto Wombo, but he himself also gets killed. Is it close enough to get that football throw in? No, they are going to get the inkjet, but it's not enough. Surrounded immediately. No one's going to be able to score on the side of Rising Moon. A bit of a flop there. Binks honestly going a little bit too early there to get the jump point for his teammates. And once again, stalemate, but we have Amaterasu with the lead already here. 1 minute left. Rising Moon need to make a play right now, but Amaterasu is doing such a good job of locking down any entry point. Epi already making his way to the backside here, making sure that the opponents don't get the clans, making sure he's in a good point to pressure them out. Ooh, a little too close to that bomb though, so I can understand what he was doing, but the bomb was just right there in his face. Nothing he could do about that. Wombo also going a little bit too aggressively here himself. He's going to lose his life. That's 2 down on the side of Amaterasu. What is Rising Moon going to be able to get off of this right now? Binks are going to try to get as many clams as he can here. And hopefully going to try to build that baller, because right now a lot of Rising Moon's play is centered around this baller. So if they don't get this up, it's going to be a little bit hard. They have the bubbles now coming in. Not going to be there. Not going to be there at all. And Fire also loses life. That's already 2 down. Binks going to go down as well. And that's pretty much the end of the push. They are going to be able to get the football at the very last second. They get the overtime, but it's not enough. There's no one else around here. They tried so hard, but the foil squeezer never got any bubble in. You never saw any plays off of that. They were all relying so much on Binks to get that baller in, and it just wasn't enough. And meanwhile, Amaterasu, they just got the neutral game for themselves. They were able to get that one push. It was just enough for them to just take control of the map. And with that, the game. Game 1 going the way of Amaterasu. Head into game 2. It's going to be Camp Triggerfish Tower Control. This is a classic map mode combination loved by everyone in the Splatoon 1 scene. This is now Splatoon 2. No worries about being bounced off into the water here, but you know, maybe don't bring ink armor into this map. Maybe be a little bit careful bringing that one into this one. In the meantime, this is going to be a very fun map. Camp Triggerfish, very traditionally known as a map with lanes, so you usually have people go 2-1 or 3-1, 2-2, 3-1 to cover lanes. But now because there's a lot more connectivity between the different lane spots on the map, you can actually feel a little bit more flexible in how you want to approach it. You can actually afford to go all in on one side of the map, but you don't normally see teams do that. They are a little worried about the counter push that might happen under their noses, but this is tower control though, so not really that many opportunities to get that little sneaky flank in, since the tower moves in such a slow fashion on this map. And very easy to defend as well, because just how close the lanes are to the tower path. It'll be very interesting to see how this one goes. Here we go. Into the game right now. Game number 2, hippocamping. Oh my gosh, I forgot it was called hippocamping. It's been such a long time that I forgot it was called hippocamping. I mean, in English it's Camp Triggerfish, but it looks like in French it's hippocamping, because hippos camp here. They camp next to the triggerfish. Let's do this! Game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Rising Moon need to win this one to push to game number 3, but Amaterasu doing such a great job in that last game. Let's see if they're going to be able to continue to hold it on out. Let's find out and see what kind of weapons we're going to be bringing into this one. It looks like the same compositions coming around for Amaterasu, but Rising Moon. Are those the custom dually squelchers I see right now? Those are the custom dualies. This is going to be very interesting indeed. Custom dualies actually really quick look at their weapons here, as we see a bit of a wayside here. Rising Moon unfortunately losing 3 members instantly to the wayside. That's going to give the push that Amaterasu needs to push on forward to this game number 2. Dually squelchers. Actually, never looked up what this kit was, as the chaos is still ensuing in the map right now. Epi already pushing the tower, but unfortunately kind of falls into the water, jumps off at the wrong point. Luckily not a disconnect. It looks like a disconnect cloud for a little bit, but not really. And with this, they are going to get the cleanup. Rising Moon doing a very nice job of defending that tower. 59 points, not the strongest of pushes for Amaterasu right now, so it's going to give Rising Moon the chance they need. Banks already just getting that ink going. He has this storm already underway, trying to get as much territory on this little side path here. But a very nice jump out, going to be able to prevent their deaths. And here comes the Stingray, just making sure they can't touch that tower. Ooh, very nice decision from Binks, making sure he doesn't stand on the tower and just letting that Stingray go to waste. No one else was trying to attack the tower. Chasing in a very bad position here. Oh, the range from the dually squelcher is just enough to get that trade as well. Not a lot of damage coming out from that weapon, but the range is something that you just like, you get caught off guard, really. But right now, both sides doing a very nice job of holding on to this middle of the map here. We do have Amaterasu still with the lead in their hands right now, but Tenatech has he has the inkjet at the ready. What is he going to be able to do with it? Gonna pop it, trying to see if he can scare one off, but Epi is already looking. He's already looking, and the team is already knocked it off. But we have the Rapid Deco also popping his inkjet. Is he going to be able to get anything off of this? No, not quite. Binks is going to be able to get himself killed, though. Chasey gets a very nice little catch from behind. But does have to get off, though. It is Stingray season. 3 down the center, Amaterasu. This is going to be the point for Rising Moon to get their chance to push on forward here. But very nice defense there coming in from the Rapid Blaster, making sure they don't have any way of making it down that middle pathway and forcing them to go all in on this left side. Alexei going to be holding on to the tower by himself at the moment, just making sure they get past the point. This is like the point where it gets really hard to control the tower. You have a lot of way the defense can, just de-push. You have the Stingray, you have that push right next off that corner there. You have the little grating just in front of that you can stand on to shoot at the tower. So it just becomes making sure you have the territory to have a safe push. And Rising Moon just having a really tough time pushing their way into the enemy line. You're gonna see a nice little helter-skelter here in the middle at the moment. Zen gonna lose his life, unfortunately. First one down, and Rising Moon have to back off immediately. Oh, Alexei, run for your life. Julian's coming after you, and you're gonna be taken out. The +1 for them. And ready, transitioning into the middle route to make sure they prevent any more stragglers from pushing their way forward. Wombo and Julian running a train in the middle of this camp right now. They are the camp counselors, making sure everyone knows it's bedtime. Lights out, everyone. The curfew is here. Inkstorm also going to come in to make sure you get even more control. And this is the really scary part. They are able to get the nice catch. Binks with the range from the dually squad just able to make the nice little kill on top of the tower. And the push dies here as Rising Moon will finally be able to defend. That tower pushed up a really far way forward, and they only have about a minute left before this match is over. Right now, taking on the play, they have the inkjet at the ready. They have the second inkjet to stagger their specials as needed. They also have Stingray to just push anyone off. But oh, the inkjet does go down. No more inkjet, no more Stingray either. Amaterasu getting these really nice pickoffs. They continue, they push. And Rising Moon just not able to get their double inkjets off no matter what. There's just not enough control for them to safely use that inkjet. You have the Rapid Blaster, you have the Charger coming in from Amaterasu doing such a nice job. Doesn't even get the kill. Okay, now he does get the kill. Fyro getting a very nice direct there. And so far, so good for this team here. They're gonna make a defense for themselves as Rising Moon finally gonna make a push, but Fyro is all on his own. This team needs to make the push on 4. Very nice catch. That's gonna be 1 down on the other side of Amaterasu, but 2 down. Fyro popping the inkjet, hoping to survive. Gets the catch onto Julian, but it's not gonna be enough. Tommy just walks on top of the tower, and that's gonna be the end there. Amaterasu taking the match away 2-0 against Rising Moon in very strong fashion there. Not totally dominant, but Amaterasu making a name for themselves. Remember, they won the last 2 Sea Scrapers. This is a team that is gunning for that victory themselves here. They've been working up so hard for this. And right now, those results are showing right here at the Free Splatoon tournament right now. Very nice job coming out from Amaterasu. Now that ends that player. You have to give him credit. He's been doing such a really nice job getting his armor up, making sure his team has that map control, just doing such a good job. And that's sort of the name of the game here, is just pure map control. Amaterasu, every single time they push, they always make sure they have their turf controlling specials at the ready to just continue to push, to start a push, and just that ability to have your specials up in battle is just what you need right now. It does look like the game did go down for a little bit. It looks like the admins are trying to fix that, so we will be right back after this. Thank you guys for watching. I'm BestTeaMaker. Make sure you guys stick around for some even more European Splatoon action here. I'll be right back. Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here it's another cast with your boy BestTeaMaker, and we got a really exciting matchup for you guys. It's FRST versus Back Squids, also known as the Gucci Gang, also with players from Pandora. Yes, this is the European Championships Grand Finals runback. Exactly the same runback to best of 3, 1 round. Let's find out and see who will take this one. Back Squids as a team have been really strong. The German teams in general have been showing some amazing stuff through the Splatoon 2 competitive scene. But there's something about this team in general. They've been performing so well lately above everyone else. They had a little bit of a rough start against Chikara, but now they're starting to get the matchup favorability over Chikara, even over Team Holland, over all these other European teams. And they are looking like one of the strongest teams in this scene right now. And I'm just excited to see what kind of show they'll be able to put on for us. Meanwhile, you have FRST. This is like the bedrock French team that has gone out to make a name for themselves in the global scene here. Taking it all the way to Grand Finals. Taking it over their brethren like Alliance Rogue and El Arctic. And here we go. Game number 1 of this salty Grand Finals runback, almost underway very soon as we head into the loading screen. I'm very excited for this one for a lot of reasons, because I get to see Pandora / Backside Squids play some more. I get to see FRST play some more. This is going to be some great stuff for all sides right now. As we head into this next game here, get serenaded by the music into this one as we get to game number 1, Rainmaker on Makomart. Now, I'm going to be very, very honest. This is one of the few map mode combinations I'm not very well familiar with. But Makomart in general is very interesting because of this weird hybrid of being open and yet very boxy, very corner-heavy gameplay. FRST a little bit too close to the bubble there as they get popped by that, but they are going to be able to get a very nice fair trade against Wadsum from Back Squids. And we're going to take a quick look at the composition here. We've got the Neo Sloshing, we've got the Dapples and the Bow. This Neo Sloshing doing a lot of work right now. Selkio, can they get that kill? Yes, they will get that kill. And the first hit of the Rainmaker will be going to win. FRST 3 down inside Backstage. Very nice drop by Wasso to avoid the bomb. Oh, it doesn't quite make it, the explosion. Just barely able to stop them. Arm is going to be in there trying to do his best, but not going to be able to get that push going forward further. That one unfortunate moment with the bomb. This is going to allow Backside to get back into the thick of it. Echo has the Stingray Anthem ready. They already popped one of their Ink Jets as well. The Rat Deco still holding on to his. In the meantime, we see FRST try to get their defense up as quickly as possible. Awaso is hiding in the corner. Very nicely good job of hiding from the Stingray. And now they're going to be able to defend this Rainmaker push right now as Watson trying to make that jump. And there we go. Hackster able to make that way on forward, making its way through. Can he get past the Dynamo though? Versario is going to be able to make the stop for it, but it's not going to stop the rest of the Back Squids as they make their way on forward. Here comes the PogChamp. I believe it's Kirito or Kaito. I don't know which one of them is playing, but both of them play really well. At the moment, they're doing such a good job controlling this area. They are going to be able to stop the Rainmaker push at the moment, the 10-point marker, but this Inkjet just causing so many problems for FRST. They're going to be able to get the dunk right there and then. And that's going to be it. Game number 1 going the way of Back Squids. One push from FRST. I'm unfortunately just unable to get that jump. And which is so unfortunate. That one pushback was just enough. Oh. Back Squids taking game number 1 in very quick fashion after a single push themselves. And this is a team that I'm very excited to see moving on forward, because they have been performing so well. They're understanding their roles. You see Echo's just making sure he's in the right position, just trying to lock out the enemy wherever he can, just provide the support that he needs to, and just gain the kills with the Stingray, making sure they're able to zone out the enemy. And meanwhile, the rest of the team are just running a circuit on the enemy, Inkjets everywhere, just causing so much chaos, and you have Wadsum in the thick of it with the Tri-Slosher. And that's what I was saying before, this map being a huge little cluster of these boxes, it's the perfect environment for the Tri-Slosher to just make their way forward if they get into range. It's very similar to Black Belly in that regard. But with that, we head to game number 2 right now. It's going to be clams on Starfish main stage. Well, this is going to be a nice, another wide open map for Echo to just control the ground with. And he's been playing so well against the Rapid Blaster backliners of opposing teams. I've been seeing here, just making sure that Owasso is not able to get in the best positions to make the defense. And you know, that's what's really interesting about this meta we're going into. A lot of people are saying, oh, close range is dead, it's dying. But it's like, no, a lot of these weapons that you're seeing have the inkjet on the frontline weapon. You know, you have your Tenatix, you have your end parries. You also see the Dapples being picked up in a huge way recently. So don't count out this close range meta, but you see that now more people are focusing so much on having a balanced composition, making sure they have their backliners to retreat to, making sure they have the frontliners to have that aggression they need to get the kills. Right now we usually head to game number 2 very shortly here. Now I do have to say I really like the choice of the Dynamo coming out from Basario. I'm very curious to see if he's going to stick with that in this game here. The Dynamo in recent days gotten a lot of good buffs recently to its damage, to its range. So we're going to see him try to control the territory as much as possible. This is the weapon that we saw dominate Splatoon 1 in a lot of ways. Just that constant ink control, pouring onto the battlefield, just having a rough time dealing with just getting rid of the ink on the ground so you can actually move on forward. The Dynamo's role is just to put a stop to those kind of things. And I'm very excited to see what we're going to see here. Game number 2 going on right away. El Firmament versus Backside Squids. All right, okay, we got our usual clam blitz weapons here from the side of backside. We got the bubbles, we got the ballers. I don't see. Okay, we do have the baller. Oh well, they don't have the baller anymore. There goes Rosario. Gonna get the trade once again. It's just an all-out brawl here, but El Firmament getting 4-man down in the middle of the map here in the first. 5-man down. Just that little +1 there is just coming up for backside squids. But this is the little tough part here. This is, again, this wide open map just allows your backliners to get that pressure in as needed. That anchor, very nice pressure coming in. From the side of El Firmament to stop that push. But here they come. Backside squids respond immediately. 3-man in the middle of the pit. And there goes the first football and the first few points. And this is really important with Clan Blitz, is to make sure you get a good number of points. Because all it takes is 2 footballs to run back the score, and that's it. So usually because of that, defending team after the first push usually has enough clams to make that comeback here. So 56, actually a really nice jump. That covers over the first hurdle of those first 40 points with double footballs here. So right now, we're going to see El Firmament's own aggression make their way on forward. They're going to be able to get the kill very nicely there, but not going to be able to make a push quite yet. Pop trap in the back, making a lot of plays here. And the rest of El Firmament going down. Owasso has to hide. But his position immediately discovered. Owasso just runs away, puts on the ball for safety, making sure he doesn't lose his special charge as well. They need the inkjet to damage needed to just fend off the push. But Watson has his baller at the ready. He just needs to make sure to make the pass to his teammates if needed. You can't pop it right now, though. There's too many. There's too much on the other side to pop the baller, so he has to be very careful about how he uses it. They do have the inkjet at the ready. They can use that to lead their way in, but it doesn't actually need to. Watson ready to make his way forward with the bomb. He's not in the best of position. The football falls to the ground, but they are going to be able to get away with the help of the Forge Slider Shot Pro, getting that bubbles in at the right perfect moment for him to land on top of them and safely get some more points in. Now with the penalty out of the way, they're going to try to control this and lock out El Firmament as much as possible. They're going to be able to get the pity clam at the very least, but 19 points already. Well, it's not even a pity clam. The timer's still going for backside squids. They just had enough clams on their side. Now they get the pity clam, and they're still in the area though. They have to be very careful here. This little duel coming out here right now. Those little moments, you know, you have the controller in your hand, just like, just die. You just have it in your hand, you're squirreling around trying to get that kill in there, and unfortunately for, I believe it's Kaito, not able to get that kill. Echo though, doing a very nice job here, and I want to note that The very interesting thing about backside skids that I didn't realize while I was talking is that it's Echo on the Forge Spider Shot Pro. And it's a very interesting weapon to make into a backline because it's at that weird in-between range of the Spider Shots and the Rapid Blasters where it's like not quite enough to be an anchor, but here in Clan Blitz, like, that bubble is going to be so useful here. At the sacrifice of using the backline turret, I think it's worth it. In this case, it does a good job crushing El Firmament in all areas here. We're seeing what happens, but right now, El Firmament finally going to be able to get the first point themselves with no penalty at all. Can they get the second football in? Not quite yet. Echo doing such a good job defending at the moments here. But they are going to be able to stop the push. The timer goes up, 19 points. 2 footballs needed to get that penalty down, but El Firmament with no bodies on the ground, unable to pick up any clams. Watson trying to throw that ball once again here. He's in a good position. He's almost there with the charge. Has just if he gets a kill. Ooh, that auto bomb. But it doesn't matter. Paxter is there with the nice little support there with the help of the bubbles coming out from Echo, and they're going to be able to push this one on forward. Just a few more clams, 3 more clams needed to win this one. Ooh, but El Firmament, they are pushing out. They are getting ready to kill though, and oh no! Ooh! Rosario, my man, with the D right there, able to put a stop to that, and now they still have another chance to make this one count. But again, 2 footballs at least, or to get football and 4 clams. So it's going to be a little bit tough for them. They're not having the best of time making their way out forward. The splash line is going to go down. 1-for-1 trade, 2 down the side, backside squids. El Firmament needs to make this push counter, but Wadham already coming for the defense. They get 2 footballs in. Oh, actually, sorry, 1 football in. Alright, they get another one in. Can they get any more points? Not quite yet. Oh, arm! He tried. Wait. Oh! They say a few more points there, but is there anyone else there? No, no one. Oh, they have the time. Can they make it in? Owasso trying to go in as hard as he can, but it's not enough. Oh no! If they had just one more person to throw in the clan, they would have gotten the lead. But back squids, that early lead they got, that early map control, just not enough. Just not enough. But good play to El Firmament. They did a good job of at least extending the clock just a little bit. But, you know, it's one of those times where you just have to be very careful about these pushes. Like, is this push even going to matter in the end? And for El Firmament, unfortunately, the answer is no. But right now, back squids, why do I keep saying backsides? Back squids. Taking that easy 2-0 for themselves. A very dominating way in the Rainmaker match. Also in clan bets, they're using this tournament to prepare themselves for E3. E3 is about in a week and a half, and they have to show up for Europe. You know, they beat the French teams, they beat all the others, they beat the UK teams, and they're like, this is it. It's time for Germany to show what they can do in the world of Splatoon. We have to show the might, make it up for Ethereal, make it up for Creme Fraiche, make it up for Extermination. This is our time to shine and to show the world what German Splatoon is all about. And right now, they're doing just that. And with that, we're going to be waiting for our next round. I'm going to take a quick look at the brackets and give you a bit of a heads up and seeing what's going on. Oblivion gets their 2-0 over Amaterasu. We have Rising Moon getting the 2-0 over Royalty and Symphonic. Clanless getting the 2-0 over Steel Infinity. And El Arctic getting it over Dash Team. So we're a little bit neck and neck here, folks, right now as we get into the final 2 rounds of today's matches here. Remember, this is only the first qualifying tournament. Your entry into the top 16 depends on your performance in the second qualifier as well, based on your points. The top 16 players, I don't know if it's cumulative or if it's averaged out, but your best scores. Do well in both qualifiers and you will be in for the final brackets. So, not too late for anyone here still competing right now. You've still got 2 more rounds to get those points in. You got another entire tournament happening in 2 weeks for the qualifiers. This is your chance to shine, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, we will be right back for those final 2 rounds here. Stay tuned. I'm BestTeaMaker. Thank you guys for watching. We will be right back for some more free Splatoon tournaments. See ya. Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are in the 5th round, the penultimate round of the free Splatoon tournament, and we have an exciting one for you guys. It's Chikara versus Back Squids. This is the match, ladies and gentlemen. Not quite the final one because Oblivion's still doing really well in their set. They're going to be playing against Rising Moon off to the side, but man, this is quite the rivalry between these two guys. I believe Chikara has taken 2 sets over them in the Sendu's Ladder events, and then Pandora was able to take one back, and then during SQSS last week, Pandora was able to take 2 sets over Chikara. So, you know, in the lead, Back Squids, they have the advantage here, but Chikara is a team that I've been seeing do some very surprising results. So I'm very excited to see what they're going to be able to bring to the table here today. And I have stats on both of them right now, so this is the really cool part. I can show you some really interesting stuff about their team picks. Things like, if you take a look at Chikara, you know, you have Noctis on the blaster. You also have Benny playing the flexing between the different blasters, a rapid and regular custom blaster. A Robbie on your shooters with the 10 attack. And this is the really interesting one. You have Obito playing the H3 Nose D constantly. I think he's only not played it when they subbed out for Brian, because Brian is their charger player. Brian, if you don't remember, is formerly of Creme Fraiche. So he's been playing a fantastic backliner for the team. But Obito, I have to say, has been a very interesting player to watch as he switches between the H3 and the Forge Spider-Shot Pro, for which he only switches to the Forge for Clan Blitz. And we do have a Clan Blitz match in this set, so if we ever get to that 3rd game, let's see that one come out very nice and quickly for them. But for Splat Zones and for Rainmaker, you know, this is where they go for their really regular kind of lineup here. You have Benny usually in a rapid, Brian on the charger, Robbie on the 10 attack, and Obito or Noctis play, depending on what kind of map we want. This one, it's going to be Splat Zones on Inkblood Art Academy, a very nice open map. I think it really depends on what kind of weapons Backside Squids really want to fulfill here. You know, it's all about, you know, filling in those roles to make sure you got as much covered as possible. So for the Nose, the H3D has the section bomb and the ink armor there, so it's there for the mid back range support. But you know, this is a map that's very confrontational in the middle because of the way the zones is set on this map. There's a backside that you can't just push your set from your own perch. So your backliners aren't going to be able to do too much, so you need that frontline support to make sure you are able to ink that front part. And it looks like they are going to be playing with the Obito, Noctis, Robin, Brian composition. So expect the charger to come out from Brian. Expect the Robbie to go on the 10 attack. Obito, he's most likely going to play the H3 Nose D. I don't see a reason for him to play the Bubbles too much here. I don't feel that Bubbles really work well because of that middle partition of the map. It's not going to really be the best use of the weapon for them. And Noctis, most likely on the custom blaster. So I think the other reason that they might go H3D is that so they have that double backline support. H3D, not necessarily like a pure backline support like Jet Squelcher or Heavy Splatling, but it basically allows them to get the ink armor charges up, allows them to support, and it just allows him to stay back and get those shots off. Because he's been really damn good on this thing. It's really amazing to watch them play. Meanwhile, for the side of Backside, aka Pandora, aka Gucci Gang, I believe this is the Kaito. Now that I'm taking a look at it again. I want to see Kaito on the Imperies. Imperies are a weapon that you don't see too much in the Western scene as much as 10 attack, but I think it's a weapon that can do really well on this map. There's so much movement needed to get around to the backside of the map here, and we're going to find out, is it going to be Imperies for Kaito or not? We'll see. Oh, it's going to be regular 10 attack. A little unfortunate for me, but you know, that's it. And you have, I believe Slackster is Majin, so that's Majin on the Rapid Deco. You know, the double inkjet meta is here, ladies and gentlemen. You just gotta sit down and relax and live with it. Here we go. Right away, Backside Squids having a bit of a problem holding on to the middle of the map here. Obito not gonna be able to get kill confirmed, but it's gonna be just enough. It's gonna allow Chikara to get that paint going on the zone. This is what I am talking about Chikara's lineup. You have that front line pressure coming up from both Noctis and Robbie. And it just causes so much trouble for the front lines of back squids. If you go with, I mean, they're very even on the front line. It's both, you have the 10 attacks on both sides, but for back squids, it looks like they're going with Wadzim on the Slosher Deca. And Slosher Deca we've seen is a really good weapon on these kind of maps that have stratified platforms. So it's really a good choice here, but so far he's not been able to get the engagement he wants there. Because Slosher Deca's path of fire is in front of you, and the rest of the weapons here, they're able to maneuver just a little bit better the way around. They are going to be able to get 2 pickoffs though very nicely there, so they are going to be able to capture the zone for themselves. But a very nice early start for Chikara up to the 37-point marker. Another question here is how will Majin be able to lock them out? Both Majin and Echo are very excellent backliners, and Majin, I wouldn't call him a backliner per se because he plays that weapon very aggressively. We're going to see the Stingray make his way through Robbie, and Noctis have to pop both their inkjets here to just stave off this pressure coming out from the side of back squids, but back squids just doing such a good job picking them off. We are going to see Watson go down. Echo! Oh man, Echo. Let me tell you about Echo. Echo has been one of my favorite European chargers to watch ever since he was on Extermination. He never makes a lot of flashy plays, but he is always there when you need him. And he's been doing such a good job of locking down the opponent. That position, that where he was at, it's really weird because you don't normally think, oh, I'm shooting from down to up. I have a very bad position here. But he gets those kills very nicely with that one sight line that allows him to cover that ramp. And right here, you just saw him covering it so well with the Stingray. And this is a really interesting thing you're going to see about Stingray duels, is that you don't want to pop your Stingray first, because if you pop yours first and don't get the kill on the other Stingray user, the second Stingray user can just use his own Stingray and win the duel just so easily. And with that, backside just doing a very nice job on that push on their own, just preventing Chikara from making any headways in. You can sort of see the panic in Chikara when they had to pop both of their inkjets. And man, it was tough for them. You know you're never in the best of spots when you have to pop your inkjets like that. Like when you want to pop inkjet, you want to be up front, you want to be forward, you want to be that threatening menace on the field, but Chikara had to use it in defense, and that's not the best defensive special by any means because of how easily it can get picked off by things like Slosher Decas, by Chargers, by Blasters. So very nice job by back squids to just continue that pressure on top of Chikara. And you know, this is the way it's been going between these two matchups. Back squids, aka Pandora, aka Gucci Gang, have been doing such a good job of locking down their opponents like Chikara. And Chikara, a really strong team in these recent days, but man, this is amazing stuff right now. We wait for game 2. This is going to be Sturgeon on Sturgeon Rainmaker, I believe. Ooh, there we go. Into the lobby we go, into the game number 2 between Chikara and back squids. And I'm very excited for this match, especially Rainmaker compositions in general. We're going to see that double 10 attack, double inkjet. We are going to see the same composition coming out from Chikara, and Wadzim switching off to the Tri-Slosher, making sure he has that armor. I'm actually kind of surprised he went with Tri-Slosher, to be honest. I like his Slosher deck a lot more for this map just because of the way the heights are stratified, but I can sort of see his thinking there, because when you get the Rainmaker into that back corner of the hallway that everyone mounts, no one who doesn't mount that way with the Rainmaker into the top left area. It's such an influenced area that having a weapon with a huge spread like Tri-Slosher is such a necessity. This is why the weapon, you usually see it pick up on maps like Black Belly, we saw it previously before on Mako Mart. So it's definitely a weapon that's really good in the scramble of these fights. Brian does have the Stingray at the ready. Has to be a little bit careful. He doesn't want to use it just quite yet. He does see the sightline coming out from Echo, but Brian just pressured so hard from behind. Oh man, Majin just taking the lead there, but so far no one's been able to touch the Rainmaker. Oh, Watson! this is what I'm talking about. This is what Watson wants to do, is he wants to get in your face, get that combo off with the burst bomb into his flick. And just like that, he gets the kill, but doesn't quite get the ground coverage of you. We're gonna see Maj just try to push this. He wants to try to incite an action here right now. He's not in the best position to push there. So it doesn't actually get very far. This actually allows Chikara to reset here Obito. So H3D is really interesting. It has that range, it has that power. You just need to be very good at the shot. So Obito, you're gonna see him position himself really far away, but just close enough that he can anchor. He can just cover these positions immediately. Here we go. Into the alleyway they go. Up top, Brian leading the way with Robbie on the HF for support. And they are going to be able to push it all the way to the 46-point marker. Very nice early start. Just any push that gets your Rainmaker up in that top area is very strong, because it becomes very hard for your opponent to push back into the middle map. And you're in such a good position to keep that push hard forward. Back squids are going to be able to defense it out, so they're going to be able to push their opponents out of the way here. We do see Kaito here with the Inkjet in play. See if he can push out anyone to do, but no one's really around for him to do so. Echo does get that very nice pick off there, so 2 down inside Chikara. But Chikara still has a very nice lead. They're going to be able to regroup very nicely for themselves. And looks like back squids, they are going to elect to just let the Rainmaker reset, make sure that they have the middle of the map here. Echo going to get very fast forward. Ooh, try slash your armor there for the rescue on Echo. If he did not have that armor, he'd be dead. Now, we move on a little bit forward into this match right now. We gotta be a little bit careful here for Chikara. Oh, very nice snap with that shot onto Kaito. And with that, they're gonna be able to control this middle of the map here. Oh, Wadzam, he tried. So Echo, what are you doing in that position? That's not the best place you want to try to snipe from. I know you like sniping from down to upwards, man, but you know there's some places you don't want to be. And right now, Chikara doing such a good job. At this point, they don't even care about the Rainmaker. They just want map control. They just want to make life hard for back squids to push on forward. Noctis though, staying a little bit too long there in that spot. And this is a little marker. Okay, we gotta get the players going. We gotta put some pressure on top of back squids to make them scramble a little bit more. Here comes Waza for the backside. Here comes the Inkjet from the front side, getting a nice catch onto Obito. 3 down on the side of Chikara. This could be the chance for back squids to make their push right now. They just need to make sure to quickly pop that Rainmaker. Nice, really nice bomb shot. And here we go. Taking that Rainmaker in their hands. How far are they going to be able to push it? They're going to go for the straight pathway. This is a little bit dangerous because the defense is really easy to get there, but Wadzam, he's going to try to go from the front. The Rainmaker is dead though, and so is Wadzam. Obito, very nice defense there for his team. Just getting the ink armor up for him right now, and getting ready to continue his push. You know, I have to say, I really love watching Nazuno's players play. They have this really great sense of positioning for themselves because just the nature of the weapon. You know, I like watching players like Tu play. I like watching Atsumaru play the Nazuno as well. But Obito is playing this one really nice. And it's H3. He's playing this like a 10 attack. He's just up in their faces at all times when he's not like inking position. Here we go. Echo's gonna go for a push himself. Can they break this 39-point mark? It's gonna be a little hard pathway. They're not gonna be able to do it, unfortunately. A little too far out to the side there. He just got cornered. Inkjet also going to be used, not in the best position, and gets taken out immediately. 3 down on the side of back squids, and Chikara looking to clean this one up. Just 30 seconds left. Just don't touch that Rainmaker. Leave it there, and you get the win. No, don't give overtime to the enemy. Is basically it. Don't touch the Rainmaker. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Good. Good. Alright, here we go. The last chance for backsides. This is their overtime chance. Can they get the push? 3 down inside of Chikara. They need to make their way to the other side. Oh, he's getting pushed. He's getting chased from behind, but Robbie's going to be taken down. Watson, he makes it over the gap. But one more of the blaster coming from the top side. Watson needs to reroute his way over to the right. He's going to go for the straight, longer pathway. He kind of has to, but he's getting chased once again. And he is taken down. Very nice chase coming out from Noctis, making sure that he's not able to take that Rainmaker anywhere. And with that, Chikara answered back with a 1-1. And we have our first Game 3 on this stream, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be quite the match to watch for sure. Back Squids versus Chikara. I mean, what do you expect from these two teams? This is just some amazing Splatoon we're watching right now, both sides. And we're seeing what such a good job that Chikara is doing in these fights, just making sure they get that map control, making sure they lock down their opponent's positions. And, you know, their special usage in this game was just top notch. It's like, okay, the thing about inkjets, It's a really good special. It's not going to win you a fight if you're just using it. You have to transition into it off, or like it either starts a fight or ends a fight. You can't use it in the middle of a fight because then your positioning just gets a little bit too predictable. You get picked off. If your enemy backliners are still alive, you're going to get picked off. Like either if they're not in the air, then when you land. Unless you have drop roller, which most people don't have. So, you know. It's just life of an inkjet main, you know? You got to be careful about when you pop it. And here we go. Game number 3, it's going to be clams. This is the map where we usually see Obito switch to the Forge. They are going to be sticking with the same players both sides, so Forge on Obito, it looks like it will be. Brian probably... I'm interested to see if Brian will stick to the Charger. It is going to be Black Belly Escape Park. Okay. This is kind of the map where all rules about compositions get thrown out the window. This is where you see really weird melee compositions come down. It's... You know, it's... how do I say it? This is just a really crazy map, you know, and it's clams. So it's not that, it's not Rainmaker Black Belly. Let me get that straight. You still have a pathway to go through for this map, but this is gonna be a scramble. I'm very curious to see what Brian, the backliners, choose between these two players. I feel like Echo will probably go back to the Forge, but Brian, I don't think they can run Double Forge. They can probably run Jet Sculpture on this map. And ooh, we are gonna see, yeah, the Forge coming out from Echo. We want Brian going Slosher Deco, so he's gonna be the baller along with Noctis. So double baller plays coming up on this side along with the bubbles. And meanwhile, on the other side you have your HS baller and snowboard. So one less baller on the other side. One less baller, still with the double inkjet skills. And you know, right away we're seeing that this is a scary map. This is just in your face right there. There's fights going on left and right on both sides. You are seeing Chikara. Oh my god! Obito! Obito! Yo, he's playing that weapon like a nozzle nose. Very nice jump out from Robbie, making sure he keeps himself safe. Does not want to lose the 9 clams. You see they're doing very nice, just keeping that clam back. So all they need to do is give him one clam if he has a power clam ready, and then that means he doesn't lose it. You're also, so this is what I mean by using it to start fights. You want to use it to incite fear in your opponents. Like that, but unfortunately they're not going to be able to get much of a push. Back squids did a really nice job of moving backwards. As the of course that's what it is. They move backwards. But they made sure to let Chikara fold it on themselves and they got those kills really nice. Still a 0-sum game for both sides right now, no one really with the lead, but Brian does have Baller. We've seen Baller and Clan Blitz go hand in hand in terms of strategy. You know, it's night and day. You know, spaghetti and cheese. Here we go! The jump in. Coming in for the baller. Obito. Oh no! Obito has really good aim with his gun. Not quite good aim with the second clam. You know, this happens. But Chikara are able to sneak in a second clam in there, so they are going to be able to get the points. Very nice second jump in. Brian going to try to do himself 3-man down. Not going to be able to get any more points in, so... not the best first push you could have. Again, I was talking about like just how easy it is for you to get the return, and you can see that right now. Back squids already have 3 footballs, or at least almost 3 clams worth of footballs, and all they have to do is get one guy to jump in and clear all 3. It's already 40 points. And that's not something you want to mess with. They do get the kill onto Majin, making sure he doesn't get that one football. So that's one football down at the very least. So Chikara doing a very nice job of locking down each of the alleyways there. And very nice recovery coming up from Chikara, even though they lost that push. They still have the lead very nicely for themselves. Now here comes the baller. Where's the jump-ins? Jump-ins? Here's one. Oh, they get it in! There it is! Matsutov! For Robbie. This is just like one of those things, like... This is what I would say. I don't feel like this is cheese. This is more like, this is the main strategy of Clan Blitz. You have to know how to fight this now. Usually the answer is bomb rushes or just pickoffs on the backside. Watson, they're going to try to do the same thing here. He's going to position himself very far forward to allow his team to actually go by. I like this play. I like this play a lot from Watson. Do you know why I like this play? Because it shows that he's brave and he trusts his team to get that points behind him. Unfortunately, it did not result in much. They get cleanly wiped, and Chikara still with the lead in their hands. Now, they still are at that point threshold where the penalty is only 10 points. So again, that one football can be the difference between extending that lead for Chikara or allowing back squids to get that lead for themselves. Them having a little bit of trouble here making his way up to the top. That, man, very nice play from the blaster there just to cover up that top. And they go in. Brian with the Slosher Deco. Slosher D. Can he get the jump ins for his teammates? There he goes. 2 jump ins in. 1 football. 2. Not 2 footballs, but Obito goes with the bubbles. Gets a few more clans in. Gets that second one in there for good measure. There we go. That's what we want. That's yes. That is the kind of play you want to see on Clan Blitz. You want to stagger your invincible specials like that. Your bubble first goes in, get 1 jump. Your bubble goes in right after that, gets the second jump in. Clean up everything else. Very nice staggering of specials that are coming out from Chikara. And Pandora / back squid in a really bad spot right now. There goes the baller. Man, I can understand why Watson needs that ball. I can understand that. But they're a little bit unfortunate for the team right now. That at this point it's a scramble. They're feeling the pressure on them. Chikara has been doing such a good job on the defense here. And just 10 seconds left. I don't think even a pity clan will happen here. No one's been able to score points in the last minute or so. And with that, Chikara... Oh, okay, there's overtime actually. Okay, I need to look up on the overtime activation for this, but they're not... Okay, I think it's because the football's still alive in the field. Not anymore. They're trying their best. You can see they're trying their best. Watson, okay, Watson does pick it up. Can they get that football in? Can they get that? No, not fast enough. And with that, Chikara run it back to sets. 2-1 in their favor against back squids. They'll be the ones that take this one over them. Very, very nice play coming out from Chikara. Just, you know, I'm a little worried for Chikara personally. You can see the kill count there. Like, wow, I was really worried for Chikara. Not for this play, just in general. I was a little bit worried because this is a team that came on the scene in the last month and just did so well, but they started to lose against back squids, against Pandora. So I was wondering, like, ooh, is their confidence shaken a little bit now? They lost consecutively against this team, but no, they're here to play. They're ready to make the run back whenever it's possible right here. And you just saw right there, very nice defense coming there right now. And with that, guys, we have 1 more round left. Let me go over the little stats for things right now. I actually have to refresh this bracket here because bracket's a little bit like that. But at the top, we have Oblivion with the 2-0 Rising Moon. You know, we talk about Chikara and back squids, but let me talk about Oblivion here for a second. They've been on a rampage. Like, you have your old school European team here, current fresh. You got Team Olive. You got Rising Moon. They're old news now. We got new blood coming in right here. Oblivion making a name for themselves as they make their way. Not only did they take out Team Olive last week, they took out Rising Moon this week as well. They're doing such a good job for themselves. They're gonna be facing up against Chikara, and that's gonna be a very exciting match. I don't know if we're gonna watch that. We're gonna find out a little bit later. In the meantime, we're gonna take a look at the leaderboards right now. In the top, I'm gonna just read out the top 8 right now. Chikara and Oblivion, top seeds right now. You have Back Squids, El Firmament, Squidding Good Veterus, Amaterasu, E-Vengers, Clanless, El Arctic, and Sedna. Man, all these names I've listed off are teams I'm really excited for. El Arctic, we've seen them make the run back against their own sister team, El Firmament, and this is a team that's just been rising up more and more in the French scene. We have Amaterasu, who we just saw just wipe out their enemy in Rising Moon. That was just a clean match for Amaterasu. Avengers, that really close set with Oblivion. I can't believe Avengers lost that first game. I can't believe it. I'm still like in shock of how that happened. But just, oh man, what a game that was. And then you have Squidding Good Veterus, a very strong mainstay of the French scene. You have Clanless, another strong mainstay of the French scene, and Sedna as well. These 3 teams doing such a good job in their region. and they're showing up here right now at the Free Splatoon tournament. Stick around, guys. We have one more round left in this event. It's going to be quite exciting, and I can't wait to see what happens. I'm BestTeaMaker. Make sure you guys stick around, and we have just a little bit more left to show you guys. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. It's louder.
Can you dig it?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are at the final round of the first qualifiers of the Free Splatoon tournament in Europe, the first European edition of this long-running French tournament scene, now running for the entire European continent. I'm BestTeaMaker here with your final cast of the day. This is the final match. This is the big one. It's going to be against Chikara versus Oblivion. Last time, we just saw Chikara win an amazing set against Backsquids. They were a little faulty on the first game, but the next few ones, Chikara were just on top of it all. And doing such a nice job of just controlling things. And, you know what, I'm excited for this one. This is another, I feel like these two teams right now, These three teams are forming this new wave of European strength. It's not like these aren't new players at all by any means. These are players that we've seen for a long time. But as a team, there's something about these teams that's just bringing something fresh into the European scene right now. And they're doing such an amazing job. They're showing it with their results. They're showing it with their passion for this game. They're showing it, which is how consistently well they can aim. Can I just say, Obito, you play that. You play the freaking force splatter shot like a nozzle nose, man. That was some scary stuff to watch. That was just man, good stuff, man. And I want to see you play like that against Oblivion here in this final set of the day. I'm excited for this one, guys, because this is a run back from last week. If you don't remember, Squidboard's Splat Series May. In the loser semis, Chikara versus Oblivion was the matchup. And boy, 2-1 in favor of Chikara. Close set. But Chikara was the one with the victory over them. You know, the question is, can they continue that? Or is Oblivion going to run this one back? I'm excited about this one. This is going to be something. This is going to be a really good match for sure. I'm just going to take a quick look at how they've been doing their composition-wise. Oblivion. I'm actually very interested because last week we saw Oblivion play the Gal. Are we going to see the Gal here in this set? That's going to be a big question here. You know, are we going to see Clown use the 96 Gal? And is the 96 Gal still like in use, or is he going to stick with the double? Are they going to stick with the double 10 attack that's been customary throughout the entire scene for a long time now? This last 3.0 patch. And you know, I've been watching these games. I've been seeing these double 10 attacks, these double inkjet compositions, like rapid deco 10 attack or custom blaster 10 attack. And you're sort of kind of see like in what situations teams use it well, and in which situations team kind of use it as a crutch. And I was saying before, you need to use that inkjet smartly. You can't just use it and expect to win fights. You're still a floating target in the air, and you're even more vulnerable when you land on the ground. So, you know, that's going to be a very troublesome thing. But, you know, here we go. Chikara versus Oblivion. I'm excited here. I'm so excited, guys. Chikara versus Oblivion, game number 1. It's going to be the Reef here as we head for Tower Control Reef. All right, so I talked about before how last time the Black Valley Skate Park is a map where usual composition rules don't apply. This is the same thing. The Reef traditionally was a slosher deco map for a long time, but now it's just been delegated to this like very front line heavy map. Because, you know, it's a very, very claustrophobic map. And we see that here right now. Chikara doing a very nice job. The 3-man front line up here. Just doing a very nice job. The 10 attack ends up and custom blaster. You got your ink armors. You got to help them prepare their ink jets at the ready. And Chikara doing such a good job right now just controlling this map right here. Brian's just sitting on the towers like, oh, where's Oblivion going? I don't know where they're going. I'm just gonna sit back and just push this tower here. Oh, hey guys, how you doing? I'm just pushing this tower here. Oh, I see you get a kill with that inkjet. Nice job. I'm still gonna sit on this tower. Hey, Obito, wanna join me on this tower? You know, it's a very nice tower that we have here right now. Very nice early push though, coming out from Chikara. All things said, 37 points. It's still pushing right now. Noctis doing a very nice job just covering that point. And what I really like about what Brian is doing is that he is just constantly changing his position. Even if he's in a place as safe as the tower's position when covered by blue ink, he knows when to move backwards to reposition himself just in case that the pushback happens. And he's doing such a good job. And this is the kind of game sense you need. Unfortunately, Marcus is going to put an end to that. Marcus, my man, he's just like, no, I had enough of this. I had enough of this. You know, you're going down now. Niall going to get that nice little kill there though as a trade with the mine. One of those little rare situations when the mine does enough damage to get the kill. Just you know, we didn't see that. We didn't see that happen. Don't worry about that. No, you know what? You know, the stream crashed, you know, it just happens. It just happens. But in any case, Chikara, they still have a huge lead right now. Brian has the Stingray at the ready here. Oh, almost lost it though, but not quite enough coming out from Oblivion. I believe it was Noir on that blaster that we just saw get popped. Right now, Chikara, they're just doing a really good job of controlling the middle of the map so far right now. 3-man down on the side of Oblivion. The Stingray going to go up, just try to pressure them from their base. And the tower now going to move again in their position. Chikara Rob, he's going to make sure he gets that tower on moving forward from himself. I'm a little careful there. We're going to have a bit of a scramble here on top of the tower. Right now, Tenatech versus Tenatech, and Rob. Oh, don't turn your back that early, man. And with that, Clown will get the lead in that fight. He's going to try to get as much territory as he can, trying to chase down the final member of Chikara, but he has to be a little bit careful. Has to pop his inkjet. And again, this is one of those usages I'm a little bit wary of. It's kind of using it in defense here, not really gaining a good push, and because of that, you don't see much use of it. They still have, okay, they don't have it anymore. So Oblivion just lost most of their specials, and your bomb rush is not going to do much here in this situation. So. In any case, Chikara now with the territory for themselves. We are going to see them just continue to push that tower for themselves even further on right now. Brian again, a nice positioning with that Stingray. Is he going to be able to get a kill off of this? Not quite yet though. Just a zoning little thing. They are going to be able to get the assist kill very nicely done there. And Noir just pressured off in the corner as well as Nile Clown. I'm going to try to go from the front line. But, oh, Obito, my man. Just showing them what for. Uh-oh. We may have cursed the stream a little bit. Whoa, okay, we're live. Are we live? Are we? Uh-oh. Okay, we're live. We're live, folks. Slight hiccups. No. Don't worry. It was pause for dramatic effect. We're going to keep on moving. Chikara continuing to push on their advantage even further on right now. And with that, they get the win here. Pause for dramatic effect, ladies and gentlemen. That's all it was. All it was. Chikara with the point on the board against Oblivion here. Very dominating game. All said and for it. Oblivion had some really nice counter pushes and defenses towards the end, but man, Obito, he is a guy that he's a friend I would like to have by my side if something bad happens. Oh, okay, we're gonna get the stream just reset a little bit really quick, guys. Just stay tuned. Let me just talk about Obito here for a second. Let me just tell you the story of Obito here right now, because my man Obito went with the NZAP there, and I have to say I admire that choice so much. He could have stuck with the Nose D, because the H3D, because that still has a weapon with the same special. Does it have the same sub? Let me just double check real quick. Actually, not sure. The National D suction bomb. Yeah, it even has the same sub. It's essentially a longer range NZAP, but the NZAP has that territorial control that you want on this kind of map. Like I said, Reef is a map that's very hectic, very up close. You're gonna get into these in-your-face fights so often, and I like that he went to the NZAP because it's a weapon that thrives in those situations as well and does the exact same role as the H3D, but still is able to provide all that the same. Just get that stream back up for you guys real quickly. Just making sure we get the footage up. Once again, though, if you guys are watching, it's thanks to the eSportBros TV guys. They're my favorite stream group to work with at the moment. So great guys representing the French scene so well right now. And you know, this is great stuff. I'm seeing all of them right at the moment. Here we go. We got the stream up. We got the stream up, guys. Here we go. Chikara vs Oblivion, game 2, almost underway here. It's going to be Splat Zones on Wally's Warehouse. Wally's Walleye Warehouse. Come on down for some great savings on all your favorite bulk items here. But here right now, Walleye Warehouse Splat Zones. So, I've heard many people say like, oh, this is the final destination of Splatoon. Like, no, this ain't no final destination of Splatoon. Let me tell you, this is still a map that's largely linear. This is a map with lanes. This is a map where you see weapons like Jet Squelcher, Heavy Splatling, and, you know, Rapid Blaster. These are the weapons that you see do well on this map because this is a lane dominating map here. But don't tell me this is a final destination. This is far from final destination right now. And these guys, this is something that Oblivion have to take into account. How are they going to lock down the road to the middle map here? Because one thing I've seen from this map a lot is that once you lose the middle of that map, it becomes really hard to fight back. It's very much the same way as with Port Macro or Piranha Pit. It just becomes a pain to fight back against when you go on defense. So we're gonna see how will Oblivion actually respond to this. I'm actually excited to see what they're gonna do. Let's find out, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 2, Chikara versus Oblivion. Let's see what we're gonna bring to this map here. And oh, there it is. That's wow. Okay, you know. Ooh. I like this. I like this gumption from Obito, man. He ain't afraid to change out weapons. He does die first, but like, let me tell you why I'm really excited about the choice of the 96. Because it's the ink armor weapon for the team. Again, he's still playing the ink armor support. It's the same as always. But the 96 is such a nice weapon on these linear maps. This is the weapon that we traditionally saw in the past of Splatoon 1 just dominate maps like Port Mackerel. And I'm very excited to see. It's not the deco. It doesn't have the splash wall. It just has a sprinkler. But this is a weapon that he is trusting that will allow them to control as much of the map as possible. Meantime, Nile having a little bit of trouble here, trying to make his way back to the middle of the map here, just having a bit of a rapid blaster battle here as Chikara do take the lead away from Oblivion. Robbie just doing Robbie things right now on the inkjet, torturing poor Noir as he just pressures them. This is what I'm talking about. This is the sort of danger when you're not locking down these lanes, is that you just get locked out yourself. This is the Port Mackerel classic. This is like what you don't want to see happen. They are going to be able to make their push way in. They have the Marcus on the inkjet, able to get a few kills off of that, but they need to capture zone. Can they get that? Oh, they do. Very nice little mind play at the very last second there. And they are going to be able to recover. Obito stuck in a little bit of a corner, not in the best positions there. He was trying his best to scramble his way out, but not quite enough. Rob, though, sneaking his way behind. Can he get the kill onto Clown? Marcus, he does get the kill onto Marcus, making his way back to the middle of the map here, chasing down another one. Can he get that second kill? His teammates will pick that second kill up. And now right after the inkjet, ooh, not quite enough. The inkjet will get the return. The Chromo Jet. I just saw it called the Chromo Jet, ladies and gentlemen. That is a good name. The Chromo Jet. Is that like Color Jet? Is that what it's trying to say? That's awesome. That is really, really awesome. Going back to the middle of the map, Oblivion are able to get control. Very nice use of the inkjet there. That's what I want to see out of inkjets. I want to see pushes off of it. I don't want to just see it in the fight and then nothing happens. Obito, oh, he's already thinking about the zone. He's like, no one's at the zone. I could just put a sprinkler on it and they can't do anything about it. They're not doing anything about it. And with that, they're going to try to make their way in. Niall going to be popping his. Can you get that kill? Oh my gosh, I heard a clink. Not quite enough though. But still trying to pressure his way in. Clown not going to be able to get enough. Niall also goes down. And that's going to be the end of that. Chikara again with the control back in their hands here. Very minimal losses on their side. And now I'm getting a little bit worried for Oblivion here right now. They need this game to push them for themselves. They need a nice little kill. That's one good kill. Can Marcus convert off of that? He's going to try to use the inkjet to try to get that +1. Not going to be quite enough, but they are going to at least get the... Oh my gosh, Obito! He was just sneaking his way over there. He's like, I'm going to wait for them to leave, and then I'm going to recover the zone. Oh, it's going to be such a great play. Dead. Just like that. Now Oblivion with control back in their hands here. And here we go. This is the situation that you want when you're defending like this. Like, you want to be able to have enough room to move on a little forward and get that ink cover. We are going to see the Stingray coming out from Brian. Is he going to be able to get any catch with it? Not quite. Almost does catch Clown, but Clown able to get that inkjet in the air. They're able to get the escape, and they get the lead off of that as well. The bomb rush is going to go off as well, coming out from Blue, and just to hold things off a little bit more. Very nice kill onto now the Rob, able to get that jump. He has the inkjet ready. Now they need to defend this area as much as they can. Blue backing out on the sidelines. Have to be a little bit careful. Noir trying his best, gets rid of the sprinkler. Can you get that kill? No, Brian just holding on to that charge. like a mother holds his baby. Like, don't worry, dear, soon you'll be able to grow your wings and become a beautiful man. And just like that, that shot went right and pure. Being able to grow up into a beautiful kill just like that. And Chikara, they just need a few more points, but here comes Oblivion making their way down the sidelines. Noctis able to pick up one kill, but another kill on the sidelines as well. They're not going to be able to regroup fast enough, and Noctis is all on the sidelines here. But Chikara, they lost the zone. Oblivion able to still maintain the lead. Last 30 seconds left in the match. And Oblivion able to hold on in that last few seconds. Again, these scramble moments are just the moments where you're like, this is the moment where you show, how is my positioning? Am I in the right positioning? Am I making sure I'm not backing away onto the zone? Am I making sure I'm in the way that the opponent, when they kill me, they don't get the zone? And Oblivion on the sidelines just like that, making sure they don't lose anything, and with it, they'll take the knockout and they'll take the win. We're going to a game number 3 right now, Chikara versus Oblivion. This is the last round of FRST, folks. This is some damn exciting European Splatoon I'm watching right now. And Marcus on that inkjet, doing such a good job for themselves here. And you know what? I liked Obito's 96. I liked what he wanted to do with that weapon. It just wasn't quite enough for that lockdown. And with that, game number 3. Ooh. And I just looked at what game number 3 was. It's like I like narrow in on what I'm currently talking about, but then I just like looked down, and all this time waiting for us was Rainmaker on Moray Towers. I don't need to explain. Okay, yeah, I do. Rainmaker Moray Towers is really weird because there's that one pathway that gets you that 40-point mark. That instant 60-point capture through that top wall into the skyscraper on the side perch. If you get there, you pretty much have a gigantic lead. Now, thankfully in Splatoon 2, they added another ink rail there on the other side, on the main perch overlooking the middle of the map, so you can have like a little bit more leeway into how you get into the top side. The middle of the map also has been expanded out more, so you have more room to navigate in the areas. You're not just locked in to going up the ramps, but it's still Moray Towers. And I wouldn't have it any other way. This is the new Rainmaker Black Belly. This right here is the new Rainmaker Black Belly. Alright, here we go. Taking a quick look at the weapons. Obito. Oh, he's going to go full support on this one, on the NZAP. He wants to try to get that territory control as much as possible. Meanwhile, we're going to have the triple. Wait. Is that a range blaster? No, that's a regular custom. Is that a triple inkjet? Oblivion are going all in on this map. Oh, okay. Guys, I mean, when we're talking about it, we're in the inkjet meta. I mean, we're in the inkjet meta. We're in the thick of it right now here. We are going to see Chikara, though, with the first push in their hands there. They're not going to be able to get too far, though. Oblivion doing a very nice job of zoning them out here. They have the inkjets at the ready. Takes out there for the trade. Takes out the Rainmaker carrier very nicely there. And again, back into the middle of the map. So what's really interesting about Moray Towers is how much of this map is so focused in the middle of the map. And because there's so much more room to navigate in this area, it becomes a lot more important for you to control your pathways in for it like that. And Noir in a really good position right now. Gets a +1 onto Brian. And he's going to continue on that forward. He has the inkjet at the ready as well. This is the time to use the inkjet to just pressure your opponents once you get cat inside. Oh, even better. Even better. Oh, here we go. Inkjet wars, guys. This is the duel. This is the duel right here. Who is going to get the kill? Noctis just trying to fend things off. But it looks like they are going to be able to stop that push cold. And this Rainmaker has not moved. They are going to be able to get the wipe on Oblivion as well. So this is the chance for Chikara to make some major points go their way. They're going to go up the pathway for that 40-point marker. 60 points, baby. Here it comes. That jump, there it is. Right on that platform. And Chikara have a gigantic lead. And Oblivion is in a lot of trouble. That +1. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, Noctis is not done with this game. He wants to keep on going. But unfortunately, like all good things, it cannot last. But 14 points on Moray Towers. Not that bad. No, not that bad. Pretty good. Pretty good opening push right there. Oh, we keep on moving forward right now. We're going to see Chikara just continue to push on this lead right now. Brian does have the Rainmaker in his hands, but he is 2 members down. So he has to be a little bit careful because of things like that. Albedo, though, and Noctis doing a very nice job pressuring that upper flank. But Marcus is right there with the answer. No, he's not. Okay, yes, he is. A little bit of a trade there from Sub Clown. He's going to try to sneak his way in. He's going to try to sneak his way in. Nope, Rob says, nope, you ain't sneaking in on my watch. Now, I worked hard to make this team what it is, and I ain't letting you jump in like that. Armor for defense, very nice. And there he goes. Jumps right back out to safety, making sure he keeps his charge up. Doesn't lose that +1 on the field they need to just get these matchups very nicely. Clown! Clown, my boy! Alright! That is how you answer back, my good friend. Just a casual bomb kill. Look at him, just avoiding all of that. He still dies in the end, but that was some nice. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice coming out from Clown. I like that a lot. Right now, Chikara still maintaining hold in the middle of the map here. Oblivion are fighting back right now, and we are getting to that point where, like, you gotta make that push sooner or later. You can't keep fighting neutral. And it's sort of like at this point, like, okay, maybe you think about a different pathway. Like, now. Think about a different pathway now. He is able to pressure that area nicely, though, so he is able to stop most of that Stingray usage from doing anything. And Brian, unfortunately, has to back off from that. Noctis still getting a little bit too close. Oh, this could be a good one. Oh, no, not quite yet. That was a nice snipe coming out and jumping as well, but Cloud getting that kill. Oh, they're pressuring on forward. This is their chance. Oblivion going to make a push on this. Oh, no! They got a little too much there, but they still have members on the field there. Brian doing a very nice job of holding things down, trying to wait for his teammates to spawn right back in. Meanwhile, the rest of the Oblivion trying to make their ways to pop that bubble. They're going to get the bubble pop. 3 men on top of the tower. Going to get a 4th one very soon. The first kill is going to be very important. 2 down on the side of Oblivion. They're not going to be able to continue the push. And Chikara get the reset, but this does mean that Oblivion gets the overtime chance here. They have to make sure the bubble doesn't pop too early, though. They need to hold on to this position as much as they can, though. They lose 1 already. Marcus is going to do his best to hold on to everything as much as he can for himself again. But the Rainmaker goes the other hand, but the dice. Oh, second overtime chance once again here. Niall, can he grab it? He needs to grab it. Oh, no! Robbie! Robbie just grabs it right under their noses. Oh, no. Niall got a little too greedy there. He was trying to go for the kill, but Robbie just pushes his way on forward, rolls up with the Dapples, and just takes them out. What a play from Robbie. Oh, that was some clutch rolls right there. That is what you do. And with that, Chikara get the 2-1 over Oblivion, just like that. Oh, I'm speechless, ladies and gentlemen. That was an amazing final play. And just in general, I have to say, Chikara's defense is really scary. The addition of Brian on that team has done so much for Chikara's backline. And, I have to say, I'm so glad that Chargers are back in the meta. I'm so glad that, Jet Squelchers and Heavies are no longer regarded as garbage. They are important on your compositions now. And you just see right there, Brian just able to just stall these pushes out so hard. A really good place to Oblivion as well. They had some really good timings on their specials, really good timings on their attack. We saw Clown early with that very nice double kill that almost led to a lead there, but man, oh man, what a set. And with that, the first qualifier comes to an end. I'm going to take a quick look at our top 16 right now. See who they are at the moment. We still got to wait for a few matches to finish out. Back Squids versus Avengers. Still happening in the background there. Somewhere in the back. Don't worry about that, guys. But in the meantime, for the 6 game wins at the moment here, we got Chikara on top. 6-0. That nice, fat, perfect win for themselves here. Followed by Oblivion, El Arctic, Clanless, El Firmament, We're still waiting on between Avengers and Back Squids. Both of them are currently 4-1 right now. So we gotta wait to see what the result of that one is between them. Again, we have after that, we got Squid and Good Veterus, Amaterasu, Sedna, Rising Moon, El Zephyr, Yatta, and Team Bleu, Royalty Symphonic, and Ijisu. Currently holding on to those top 16 spots. It might change once this final match ends between Backside and Avengers. But like, you know, after that last match we saw with Avengers, like, you know, this could be a very close one for them indeed. But again, if we're just counting tournament points wise, congratulations to Chikara taking that clean 6-0. The sets that we saw from them are just so fantastic. I'm so happy to see them just perform so fantastically right now, and their recent grabs with some new players in their side have been just so good for the lineup. You know, Robbie, I've seen him play so hard on TakeOver. He's been such a great frontliner. I'm glad to see him start something new as well, and this new team that he's helped to make has grown into something fantastic. Just congratulations, Robbie. You see Obito as well. I saw just some fantastic plays from this kid right here. This kid from the French scene. You cannot sleep on him. Noctis, just with these blaster plays doing so nicely. You got Benny as well. He didn't play today, but I know Benny was cheering on the sidelines for this team to do well. But in the end, I have to say, this is a very great first qualifiers. I want to see more European teams come out to this. I want to see Spanish Army. I want to see, what else? Why are names? I want to see Team Olive come out to one of these. I want to see Kraken Paradise make a comeback with this event. You know, I want to see teams like, let me see what else. I'm going through a list of these European teams I haven't seen play in this tournament yet. You know, I think a lot of these European teams are playing in this tournament. TakeOver, although I don't know what TakeOver situation is right now. I think they're still alive. You know, we got all these great teams. Man, I'm looking at the top 50 teams of the spot stats right now, not the final spot stats, but you know, spot stats, you know, all that. And a lot of these European teams have shown up and played some fantastic games here right now, and I'm excited. I'm so excited to see what this tournament series will bring us in the future. And you know what? Because of that, I'm sorry to say, but we do have to say goodbye. This has been an eSportBros TV production. Make sure you follow the boys over at eSports TV, eSportBros TV, I mean, on the Twitters, on the stream right now. Make sure you hit that follow button right now. If you want to find out more of what I'm doing, I'm working on Splat Stats, as you know, ranking, doing competitive rankings for the community, doing analysis of matches, a weapon analysis, and as well as observing the Japanese community as well, making sure we understand what they're doing in the meta. We have a lot of people working on our team right now. Make sure to follow us for more things at Splat Stats on the Twitters. And if you want to know more about what I do, follow me on BestTeaMaker on the Twitters. It should be right there. You probably saw it throughout the cast. Don't worry about that so much. I don't care. Just make sure we show the world these matches, because these are probably some of the best matches I've seen. And I want to say thank you very much for having me on the cast. It's been such a long time since I last casted the tournament. And, you know, just like before, this is so much fun to watch and just talk about these teams, talk about these players I've been following for a long time as a result of my work right now. Again, thank you to you guys for coming out to watch this event. Tune in in 2 weeks. I believe we'll be on the 15th. The second qualifier is right there on the screen. It's actually on the screen right now. The second Swiss qualifying match in 2 weeks. Make sure you guys join that one. And 2 weeks right after that. No, wait. 14. Yeah, 2 weeks after that. Wow, can I count is the question. 2 weeks after that will be the top 16 final. So make sure you get your points in that second qualifiers right now. We do have a result of that last match. I've been stalling for time a little bit here for this last one, and it's Back Squids take it 2-0. So your top teams so far are Chikara, Back Squids, Oblivion, El Arctic, Clanless, El Firmament, Squid and Good Veterus, Avengers, Amaterasu, Sedna, Rising Moon, El Zephyr, Yatta, Team Bleu, Royalty Symphonic, and Ijisu. Congratulations, guys, for getting your first points on the board right now. Everyone still has one more chance here. 2 weeks, Quiz Qualifiers 2. I'm BestTeaMaker. Thank you guys so much for coming out to watch this. See you guys later. Peace.
Silver screens, believing everything we come to see. Go outside, it feels so good. We're loving and hating and making scenes. Now we just see everything we believe.